Have you ever looked at your salary and wondered how you can turn it into real, long-term wealth? Well, today, we're going to dive into a super powerful way of thinking about your money, all based on the timeless wisdom of Pastor Ibukin Awasika. So let's get right into it.
You know, this quote just hits so hard because it gets right to the point. It's not usually about the size of our paycheck, is it? The real issue, the thing that holds us back, is our mindset and the habits we build or don't build. It really comes down to understanding and, you guessed it, discipline.
So, to really understand this, we're going to go back in time to an ancient story that has everything to do with our finances today. It's the parable of the fat and lean cows from the story of Joseph in Egypt. It's honestly a perfect metaphor for the financial cycles we all go through in life.
Okay, so look at how this breaks down. On one side, you've got the time of the fat cow. This is your season of abundance, right? It's your working years, when the money's coming in, when you have opportunities. But then there's the time of the lean cow. That's the future. It could be retirement or an unexpected setback. It's a time when you have to draw from what you've already put away. The lesson here is so simple but so powerful. You have to use the good times to get ready for the tough times.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Literally. Think about it. If you work for 35 years, even on a modest salary, the total amount that passes through your hands is huge. So where does it all go? The answer points to a trap that so many of us fall into.
And there it is. That's the problem. During our fat cow years, we just consume. We live with 10 fingers, as they say. Everything that comes in goes right back out. We buy all the things, the clothes, the gadgets, stuff we don't even really need, and we leave absolutely nothing to prepare for our future.
So what's the solution? How do we break that cycle? Well, it all starts with this one core principle, the discipline of saving. And listen, the most important thing here isn't saving a ton of money right away. It's about building the habit.
Okay, so let's make this super practical. Let's just imagine a monthly salary of, say, 100,000 naira. How would you actually manage that with discipline?
This chart shows you exactly how. It's a disciplined approach. First, you set aside 10% as your tithe to honor God. Then, you figure out your living expenses. Let's say that's 70%. And now, here's the crucial part. Before you spend a single penny on anything else, you pay yourself. You take that 20% and you put it away for your future. It's not an afterthought. It has to be non-negotiable.
And this is why that habit is just everything. Because if you can't learn to save when you're earning a little, you're definitely not going to save when you're earning a lot. The discipline you build with a small amount is the same muscle you'll use to build serious wealth when your income grows later on.
Okay, so once you've got that saving habit down, this is where the real magic starts to happen. It's called the power of compounding, and this is where your money literally starts to work for you.
So what in the world is compound interest? It's actually pretty simple. It's when the interest you earn on your savings gets added back to the original pile, and then that new, bigger pile starts earning its own interest.
Let's just walk through how this thing snowballs. You save some money, that money earns interest. But then the interest starts earning its own interest. It's this amazing cycle that might feel slow at first, but over time it just accelerates like crazy. It's discipline and time working together. But saving isn't just about stashing money away for some far-off retirement that you won't see for 40 years. No, it's about being ready. It's about being prepared for those incredible moments of opportunity that God sends your way. Seriously, think about this for a second. Every now and then, big assets like land or a business, they suddenly become available, often in a distressed sale for way, way less than they're actually worth. These are moments of wealth transfer, but you can only catch that opportunity if you're prepared.
There's this incredible story about a young woman who was a farmer. All she wanted to do was lease a tiny little piece of land, but the owner, he saw her vision, he saw her passion, and he just made her this unbelievable offer.
Now get this, the owner didn't ask for the market price. He asked her, "What can you afford?" This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a moment sent from heaven. But whether she could grab it or not, it all came down to her preparation.
So here's the punchline. She went home and she gathered up every single penny that she had disciplined herself to save over the years. Now, it wasn't anywhere near what the farm was worth, but it was what she had. And the owner sold her the entire farm for that price. The lesson here is so profound. The opportunity showed up, but if her hands had been empty, it would have passed her by completely. Her preparation is what allowed her to receive the blessing.
And all of this leads us to the final and I think the most important piece of the puzzle.
Why are we even doing this? Why build wealth in the first place? It's about understanding our role, that we're called to be managers, treasurers, really, for a purpose that's way bigger than just ourselves.
You have to shift your whole perspective from ownership to stewardship. The money that passes through our hands, it isn't ultimately ours. We're just a channel. We're managing those resources for the work of the kingdom.
I love this metaphor because it makes it so clear. Think about a hose pipe. If it tries to hoard the water, what happens? It gets blocked up, the pressure builds, and eventually it just bursts. It fails. But a hose that just lets the water flow through it, it's always wet. It's always being provided for. When you act as a channel, your own needs just get taken care of along the way.
This is such a powerful, almost paradoxical idea to sit with. To be trusted with a lot of money, you have to be detached from it. When money stops being your master and just becomes a tool in your hands, that's when you can manage it with real wisdom and for a much greater purpose.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one question to think about. Your finances, your salary, all your potential to build wealth, it has a purpose. The question isn't just how you're going to build it. The real question is why. What is the purpose that God has for the resources that are in your hands?